Bam, what up, Yang Gang? We're back. It's the 21st of March. What do you got on the low for us today, Mia?
Today, we're going to discuss why missing rent in Arkansas is so much worse than you think it is. A law in Arkansas enacted in 1901 can lead to jail time for missed rent.
Oh, it's from 1901. Okay, let's check out this article from ProPublica.org. It says there's only one state where falling behind on rent could mean jail time, and that could change. Only Arkansas permits criminal consequences for non-payment of rent, and it has enforced a law during the pandemic. Now, after ProPublica investigated the practice, some legislators want to revoke that statute. So they're using it during a pandemic. Outstanding. Assholes. Let me see here. Arkansas State Rep Nicole Clowney, great name, from Fayetteville, introduced a bill Thursday that would repeal the state's criminal failure to vacate statute. First enacted in 1901, the law allows landlords to seek criminal charges, which can result in jail time for tenants who fall even a single day behind on rent and do not vacate a property within 10 days. Everywhere else in the U.S., evictions are exclusively a civil matter. So this is why I'm also pro sunset rules, that a bill should be sunset after 10 years and reapproved or disapproved, because times change.
I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, that's a thing that should be.
120 years ago, some rich pricks decided to pay off some politicians so they could arrest people for not getting out of their damn house. For 1 day's back rent, get the fuck out. 10 days. Move your ass, boy. You know.
This story gets really, really sad. This has been tried to be repealed multiple times over the years. One of the times that they tried to repeal it, the senators were asked to disclose before the vote if they had any rental property. 15 of the 35 senators stepped forward and said that they did. And of course, it was defeated afterwards. So
1/3 of them owned rental properties. So it was a conflict of interest. They should not have been allowed to vote.
Yeah, and this isn't something that isn't acted on either. It's not like this is just a law that exists. Just since in the past 3 months, there's been over 36 cases that have involved this law.
But that's the thing. They can pick and choose when to use it.
Yeah, 60% of the time, it's Black women.
Okay, here we go. There you go. Thank you. This is that section you're talking about. ProPublica and ANNN found women make up a disproportionate share of Arkansas residents who've had charges filed against them during the pandemic, a trend that mirrors such past research. A review with a link to it of the state's application in Little Rock revealed 62% of cases in 2012 were filed against Black women, who make up 20% of the city's population. Wilma Young, who was arrested under the statute more than 2 decades ago and was featured in an October article, says she's excited about the prospects of a law being repealed. Nobody else should go through that experience ever again, she said. 62%. And this was back in 2012, before the pandemic, so 10 years ago.
Yeah, this thing it's been a monster for a while. I should clarify that time with the senators, they were just trying to change a specific passage in it even to protect women who were under threat of violence so that they could leave and break their leases if they needed to get away from a physical threat. That it wasn't even to repeal the entire law, just to give women under physical threat a way out. Still,
how is that not a law? I don't know. How is that not a law? Yeah, it's criminalizing poverty more than it already is. It's a crime to be poor. This is just bad people trying to control people for being poor. If you don't like renting to poor people, don't rent, bitch. Get out of the business. It's not for you. Nobody's forcing you to be a renter. Don't rent. Sell. Assholes. Especially senators.
Other businesses you could be in.
I can't handle. I wouldn't do it. I'd go broke probably. I'd be like, oh man, yeah, I get it, man. Then all of a sudden nobody's gonna pay my ass. I'll go broke.
We've discussed if we ever won the lottery, just buying a hotel and then like converting it into low income housing or no income housing. so that people
Yeah.
live there if we ever want like an obscene amount of money. But you know, that's why we're not the billionaires, right?
Yeah. And
When you want to help a large number of people, your money disappears quickly.
they'll find a way to make sure it's not legal for you to do it too.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. Like I bring this up whenever somebody mentions stuff like that. There was a community that built a bunch of tiny homes for their homeless population, and the city regulations said that it couldn't be there, so they came in and tore it all down. Even though it had cleaned up the community, it had gotten the homeless off the street, it was much better looking, it was providing resources, people were able to get cleaned up, it was an improvement to the
They
community.
tore it down.
Tore it down just out of spite.
I don't know, man. What do you say to that? There's nothing to say. It's just gross.
You see, it's
Inhumane.
time for us to stop letting those people be the ones in charge of our city councils.
But yeah, guys, so if there's anyone that you know in Arkansas, please send them a link that says, look at this article. This is your state. Do something. Please do something for the people of Arkansas, specifically the women in poverty that they're kicked out by 62% rate over everyone else. 20% of the population, but 62% of the effectiveness. So that tells you how slanted this is. Again, it's not a across the board rule. It's used sparingly at your discretion, which means at a biased way. So you're going to be harsher on people or demographics you don't like as much.
Or people that you think are vulnerable enough that if you kick them, they're not going to be able to fight back.
They can't afford a proper lawyer, representation to fight your ass. Absolutely. Yep. It's fiscal bullying as far as I'm concerned. You know, but yeah, let us know what you guys think about this in the comments section. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And make sure you share. Again, make sure I'll put the article link in here. Anybody in Arkansas, please step up. Make yourself known. Make your representative. Put them on notice on social media. Any way you can. Put pressure. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time. And like always, gang gang.